Here's what I eat as a high-fat carnivore. Lots of raw steak. Just kidding. I actually like to sear my steak. Flash sear is best with a blue rare juicy inside. For my side, I had some soft boiled eggs and, of course, my usual cold butter.
I woke up after the holidays and realized I'm fat. During my morning scroll, I noticed the only Superjack people I know have one thing in common.
I did the carnivore diet for...
They're all on carnivore diet. So I bought my meat, sharpened my knives, cut my steaks. It's time to test all this hype. Over the next 30 days, I'm going to answer these questions. Can the carnivore diet get me shredded with those eye-popping abs? Will I have so much energy that battle ropes feel like spaghetti? And will I be able to throw an insane turning sidekick? My 30 days starts now.
This is why you should do the carnivore diet. This is day one. I just finished day one. It was beautiful. I'm about to destroy this 18-ounce ribeye and 2 eggs.
Here's what I order as a high-fat carnivore when I cannot cook. I love In-N-Out because their burger patties are cooked in its own fat. I get 8 patties without salt, no cheese, and it's $1 each. What did you eat today?
Here is what I eat in a day on a carnivore diet. Started my day with a pile of bacon. After my workout, I had some sirloin and lobster shrimp. Then I made one of my waffles, and not a day goes by where I'm not munching on butter. And for dinner, I cooked up a bunch of burgers. I had 3. They were ¼ pound each.
Ruminant meat is the only food that people can actually survive on as a single food without supplementing anything else, which is the perfect elemental diet for a sick person. That in the first study on the carnivore diet, released by Harvard this November, adults consuming a carnivore diet experienced few adverse effects and instead reported health benefits and high satisfaction. The surprise came because an average of 90% of people saw improvements across all diseases on the diet.
This is what happens when you can't interpret research. Time school. So the study she's referencing is this social media survey on adults who consumed a carnivore-style diet for more than 6 months. They reported high levels of satisfaction and improvements in various medical conditions. Now, here's the key point. This was all based on how these people felt and what they decided to report. Did they have their medical records checked? No. Did they perform any blood tests, any body measurements, assess their diet through validated food frequency questionnaires? No. Did they have a medical assessment to objectively check if they had symptom improvement before and after the study? No. In other words, you simply had to take their word for it. Not just that, but there's a clear case of selection bias. Because those who experience negative health effects from a carnivore diet wouldn't have carried on for more than 6 months. So you're basically only surveying those who felt better on it and not the thousands who felt crap. They also didn't run any statistical analyses on any major lifestyle habits like exercise, sleep, or smoking. So this really shouldn't be called a research study. It should really just be called anecdote in a subset of the population that felt good on a carnivore diet. Class dismissed.
Carnivore MD here. I want to show you what I eat in a full day. I'm 44 years old, I take no drugs, no hormones, and I'm a double board certified medical doctor. I firmly believe that an animal-based diet like this is how humans fully thrive. It starts with organs. 1/2 to 1 ounce of raw liver, 2 to 3 ounces of raw testicle, 2 to 4 ounces of raw heart. Add to that 2 pounds of meat, a grass-fed ribeye steak or grass-fed ground beef with sea salt. I may add bone marrow, which I eat most days. I scoop it right out of the bone. Maybe a half a pineapple per day, about half a papaya per day, 2 to 3 mangoes per day, 5 to 6 bananas per day, 2 to 3 tablespoons of raw honey per day, 3 glasses of goat's milk kefir. I don't take any supplements. And if I can't get fresh organs, I will use desiccated organs from Heart and Soil supplements. This is how humans thrive.
Here's a full day of eating on the carnivore diet. I usually start my morning with a bulletproof coffee, which is just black coffee blended together with a big spoonful of ghee. And this sets me up for the morning. And then a few hours after that, I'll typically train. When training's done, that's when I usually have my first meal, which would be 4 eggs cooked with a big spoonful of beef tallow. A few hours later, I'll have my main meal, which tonight is a 28-ounce bone-in ribeye steak, which I'll pre-salt, which is cooked in ghee. Along with my steak, I'll have 4 homemade burgers, all made with 700 grams of 20% beef mince. Of course, I'll have a bowl of burger juice from the pan, cooked beautifully, and that's my day done.
Here's a typical day of eating for a 4-year high-fat carnivore gal. I love snacking on cold butter, but I also love adding it to my hot beef bone broth. Here's a platter of fatty beef short ribs, flank cut and thick cut style.
Day 15 of the Lion Diet, eating nothing but beef, salt, and water. Today I want to answer 3 questions. Am I taking any supplements? How's my energy? And how is my mood? No, I'm not taking any supplements, but I'm not experiencing any symptoms of deficiencies. I will add in liver if I feel like I need to. My energy is good. I'm not bouncing off the walls or anything. I'm not experiencing any spikes or crashes. It's just stable throughout the day. Even when I work out, I'm able to push myself. I don't feel like I'm lacking anything, not having carbs or sugar. And my mood has improved, which surprised me. So now I'm curious what was causing me to be a little more irritable. Coffee or dairy, perhaps? Let me know your theories and follow along for day 16.
I did the carnivore diet for 21 days, and here's my experience. Right off the bat, I lost about 12 pounds. My bloating was gone for the most part. My skin was more clear. I had less mental fog, but I did notice that I was more tired. And I think the reason I was more tired is because most of the meat that I was eating was lean, so I wasn't getting enough fat, and I definitely should have had that. So I got off carnivore because I wanted to eat more clean ingredients, but I think going on carnivore is something that I'm probably gonna do at least a couple times a year just to get that hard reset and see how my body feels.
This is a full day of eating as a strict carnivore. We first started off our day with some Peppa Pig chicharrones, and that was so delicious, guys, so crunchy. And then I followed that up for second breakfast with a sink steak. Put a little butter on top, and you are good to go. After that, we did a little butter munching, and that was probably around 2 sticks of butter. And then for dinner, we had a beef foot, yay, and then some yummy strip steaks. And then we ate balls right after dinner, which was also so good. And then for dessert, you never want to skip dessert. We had a cream cheese wrapped butter Twinkie, basically. It's just a stick of butter wrapped in cream cheese. And that was so delicious, guys. So it was probably around 6,000 calories on the day.
Just got back from my fasting blood test. I'm on the carnivore diet for those who haven't really been following my content for a while. Basically, all I eat is meat. On average, I eat about 1 kilo of grass-fed bacon, about half a kilo to 1 kilo of grass-fed beef, over a dozen locally farmed free-range organic eggs, about half a block of grass-fed butter, and natural sea salt. That's all I eat, okay? Sometimes I have some goat cheese or sheep cheese because it's less processed than all the other shit that we commonly eat. Also, too, I've recently started having this. Kefir, just to see how that all goes. But again, virtually on a no-carb diet. And yeah, I've had a lot of people say eating meat's not spiritual, eating meat is bad for your health, da-da-da. So this blood test is going to measure all of those things.
Here's what a carnivore couple eats in a typical day. Lots of cold butter, but also lots of fatty meats, like pork belly and sugar-free sausage. We like to bake at 350 degrees for 50 minutes. And of course, 2 beautiful platters of flank short ribs.
Day 30 of 30 days of the carnivore diet. Yep, for 30 days I ate only meat, salt, and water to see if it would help with any of these conditions I was suffering with. I did a carnivore version of the GAPS diet to start healing my gut, which meant I drank heaps of meat stock daily. Yeah, boy. On the final day of the challenge, I had a PC session, an Epsom salt bath, and this is everything I ate. Very nice. Today was probably my biggest, healthiest bowel movement of the whole thing. My energy was meh, but that's because I went to bed extremely late. Now the moment you've all been patiently waiting for. Weight loss, costs. Did it work? What happens next? Why have you kept me waiting so long? It's coming. The results. Did I cheat? Not even once. Weight loss, unexpectedly, 4 kilos or 8.5 pounds. Skin, dramatically improved and not getting breakouts like I used to. Joint pain and aching body down 80 to 90%. Energy, up and down during the 30 days, but at week 6, I consistently have the most energy I've had in a long time. Mental health, huge improvement, more drive and more mental clarity. Mood, I'm not a perfect person, but I'm more grounded, more present, and my mood swings have leveled out. Fitness and strength. During the 30 days, I felt weak, in part because I was recovering from a surgery where I got a piece of metal taken out of my wrist, in part because I was still adjusting to the diet. After the 30 days around week 6, I feel stronger and fitter than I have been in a long time. Blood test results. Up on my YouTube, but putting up here in a separate video soon. How much did it cost? Around $900, give or take $50. This was organic and grass-fed stuff, keep in mind, and this was around my normal budget. Was it a success? Absolutely. Did it heal my gut? No. 30 days is not enough to reverse 3 decades of health challenges. That's why I'm in this for the long run. It's a 1 to 2 year commitment for me minimum, and I promise to keep you updated along the whole way here, Instagram and YouTube. What's next? I'm going to eat Impossible Burgers for the next 30 days. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't even feed that to my rats. Nope. This has been absolutely life-changing, and what I'm going to do is slowly introduce foods as per the GAPS diet to see how my body reacts. Don't be sad because it's over, because we are just getting started. The first food I introduced was egg. Follow to see how that went. Plus, I've got a full 30-day breakdown on YouTube that you might like to. Love you all. Thanks for a crazy few weeks.
We did it.
Later.
Rivals need to know how Kyle will eats on the carnivore diet. First of all, we've got some liver, rump steak. Got our skillet searing hot. We pay respect to the animal and to our ancestors by eating with our hands. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And now, if you want to follow my journey on the carnivore diet, I'd be highly appreciative. I have an autoimmune condition and a lot of digestive issues. I have done the carnivore diet before and had great success, but this time is different because I have a lot more knowledge than I used to, and I'm going to incorporate things that I haven't before. So I appreciate your support and thank you for watching.
Here's what I eat in a day on the carnivore diet. For lunch, I'll have a pound of ground beef or 1 or 2 steaks. And for dinner, I'll have 2 pounds of steak. I'll also add Redmond real salt and water. Nothing else.
Here's what I ate today as a high-fat carnivore. I had a hot dog and some cheese for breakfast. Lunch was 2 quarter pounders with some butter. So delicious, you should try it. And for dinner, I had 2 more quarter pounders with more butter, actually a lot of butter, and these were my macros for the day.
Okay, so here's what I typically eat in a day on the carnivore diet. So I've fasted all day. I'm doing 1 meal a day. So the reason I fast all day, I want to feel productive. My brain's on. I can do all my things I need to get done. And then I can enjoy a massive feast like this. So we've got 800 grams of ribeye, 2 lamb chops, 500 grams of high-fat ground beef. It's very important. Couple eggs. Top it off with some butter. I'm going to sprinkle some Redmond real salt over the top. I'm going to enjoy all this. And then I'm going to rest and digest. This is literally the best way of eating.